happiness and celebration for all Niger Delta people. Because if we work hard and we do well on this project, the Minister of Environment, the new Sira of Ogoni, Amina Mohammed, has promised us that this process will extend all over the Niger Delta. I thank you and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Put your hands together for Magnus Abbey. He has the words, he has the spirit, he has the character. Look at the, and he's very handsome. I'd like to invite another man who stood beside the Ogonis. He is a priest. He was a reverend father, now a bishop. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka. People are looking for him. Don't worry. When he comes here, you see his height. He's a man who is very tall in ideas and very rich in words. He insisted that UNEP will not go, even when UNEP officials threatened to leave Ogoni land. Matthew Kuka said, no, you cannot leave. You have given your commitment, just like I have given it. That's a practicing priest, a man of God. An Ogoni man whose name sounds like Ogoni, Kuka. You know, Ogoni will say, Kaka, which means truth. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka.
I'm sure with blessing, having spoken before me, the microphone needs very little adjustment. Well, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here. And this was a day we didn't believe we would see. But all I can tell you as a priest is, and those of you who are Christians must remember, sometimes we read the Bible selectively. There is a saying that there is a time for everything. And this moment is not an accident. It's a moment that existed in the mind of God. Even the most beautiful theses are written with a lot of editing. And I believe there are many people whose efforts and contributions needed to have been edited to get us to where we are. We're not yet at a point of celebration, but this is one of our finest moments. When I heard that the Ogoni people are writing petition to the Vatican, I said, this is wonderful. It was a bit of an act of foolishness because it was actually the Pope that sent me here through my bishop. So I wasn't, I'm sure that when they wrote those letters, if you wrote 10,000 or 1,000 letters, the Pope himself must have realized that what we are talking about was sufficiently important. But I think now it's time for us to look ahead and look at the future. And I really want to thank and pay very special tribute to President Obasanjo, who appointed me to this assignment, and who, for those who probably don't remember, visited Ogoni land on 2 different occasions. So this is actually the 3rd presidential visit. And I think what is also very significant about this visit is that it's a testimony to how seriously the Federal Republic of Nigeria takes the Ogoni condition. And as I've said severally, the conditions of the Ogoni people was purely and simply a metaphor for the greater conversation about Nigeria. So I want to thank President Obasanjo because were it not for him, I would not have been here. I want to thank Dr. Odili in particular because he made my work extraordinarily easy by virtue of his accessibility. Part of that spilled over to my friend and my brother, Governor Amechi, with whom we worked. And a lot of the things that were in the UNEP report, some level of implementation had already started. I want to thank Chief Giniwa on behalf of the entire Ogoni people. My friend Ledum Mite, I'm not sure whether he's here. And the president of MOSOP, I'm very happy that he had to stand here, but even happier that I'm actually much taller than himself. But I told him yesterday that I remembered him for all the letters he wrote abusing me. But I think this is the greatness of our country, that we can come from different directions and still end up at the same junction. Now the future lies before us. I pray for the best and I pray for peace, and I ask you once again, please be true and faithful to your words and your promises. We have to have a Nigeria, we have to have an Ogoni land before we can feed. And like Gandhi said, there is enough in Ogoni land, there is enough in the world for the needs of all of us, but there isn't enough for the greed of each and every one of us. So I wish all of you all the best, and I wish you God's blessings. I thank my friends from UNEP, and I'm sure the story will be told one day. They remained dogged, they worked extremely hard, they came in harm's way, but we are grateful to God that everybody who came, especially from UNEP, worked here and left here peacefully. On a second journey, we believe that even the future will be much more promising. Once again, I thank you very much, and I ask God to bless you all. Thank you very much.
I don't need to adjust the microphone. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for Bishop Cooker, a gentleman, fine and handsome. Next, it's one of the stars of Ogoni land. May I invite Chief Joseph Yobo, the very first Nigerian footballer to hit 100 games in the national team. And as a captain, he also did 10. Come on, Bishop, please put your hands together for Joseph Yobo. You're the chief now. Look at the put out of pocket.
Ogoni. Ogoni. His Excellency is here present. The Honorable Minister of Environment, all other ministers here present, all stakeholders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I am honored to speak on this memorable occasion of the flag off of the environmental cleanup of the Ogoni land. This visit today of Mr. President is very historical because it marks the first time in history that any president visiting our land to see firsthand the extent of our environmental devastation that has plagued us since after oil was struck in Ogoni in 1957. We deeply appreciate your presence here today and remain confident that this trip marks the beginning of the end of our environmental nightmare in Ogoni land. Your Excellency, the hydrocarbon polluted water you see here today is what we drink, bathe, and use for our domestic purposes. And you can imagine the consequences on our health and our well-being as the people of Ogoni land. As we flag off the commencement of the cleanup of our devastated land today, we hope and pray that you will personally see through the implementation of this report. On our part, we are sure that we will collaborate with the federal government and the people of Rivers State and other stakeholders to create an enabling environment for the successful completion of the monumental cleanup of this exercise. It's only a comprehensive cleanup of our land in accordance with the recommendation of the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, that brings to the fruition and dream of Kensaro Wewo and countless of Ogonis who sacrificed their lives for the cleanup environment in Ogoni and in Nigeria at large. My people of Ogoni, today the dream of our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, and our sisters that died for us for this cause are being fulfilled. We must see ourselves as lucky to be alive, to have seen this day. Hence, we must do everything necessary to ensure that this cleanup is a success. Giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of my people at this historical occasion has put a very big challenge on me as an illustrious son of Ogoni. I assure you that I will do everything it takes within my capacity as the son of Ogoni land to ensure that our youth are fully galvanized and motivated to be part of this cleanup, even if it means me exploring my international contacts to bring visible and enduring development to Ogoni land. Be assured that will be done. Once again, thank you, Mr. President, for being in Ogoni land. Our people